They used to call me Crazy Joe, but now they can call me Batman.
Good morning. Welcome back to Crazy Joe's Concession Stand. Back today with another physical media review for you. Today, it is a 1988 animated film that, if you're of my generation, you may have grown up with this film, Daffy Duck's Quackbusters. Daffy Duck's Quackbusters. It is the fifth Looney Tunes feature-length movie. After there were four that preceded this. There was 1979's The Bugs Bunny Roadrunner movie, then the Looney Bugs Bunny movie, Bugs Bunny's third movie, 1001 Rabbit Tales, and Daffy Duck's movie, Fantastic Island. Those were the four films that preceded this. These five films, from the Bugs Bunny Roadrunner movie through Quackbusters, are all compilation films. What do I mean by that? Well, there's a new movie coming out called The Day the Earth Blew Up, and it's being advertised as the first ever full-length feature, fully animated Looney Tunes movie. Well, how can that be? There's like 5, 6, 7 Looney Tunes movies already, 8 Looney Tunes movies already. Okay, well, 3 of them, Space Jam 2, and Looney Tunes Back in Action, aren't fully animated. That's animation live action hybrid, right? And the 5 that preceded that are what we call compilation films. What are the compilation films? Well, they take old existing Looney Tunes shorts, theatrical shorts from, the 30s, 40s, 50s, whenever. They get some new animation to link them together and kind of form a story. For example, in the movie 1001 Rabbit Tales, it's Bugs Bunny literally telling stories to a little boy, and each story is an old Looney Tunes short. So they kind of find a way to create a little bit of new animation to link these old shorts together. In this one, Daffy Duck's Quackbusters, they use a supernatural theme. Daffy Duck is opening up his version of the Ghostbusters to take care of the paranormal. So it is an excuse to link together all these old Looney Tunes cartoons that deal with the paranormal, and a couple new Looney Tunes cartoons, a couple new shorts in here. One is called the Duxorcist. It's a parody of The Exorcist. And this is preceded by a new short that is not actually part of the movie. It's a little short that comes before the movie called Night of the Living Duck, in which Daffy Duck is a lounge singer in a cafe filled with monsters. All right, so this movie came out in 1988. It was the final one of these Looney Tunes compilation films. And I grew up watching this film. I rented it when it first hit VHS. It used to be on HBO quite a bit. So I'm very familiar with this movie. It's being released from Warner Archive. What does that mean? If you're not familiar, it means that this movie, you're not going to be finding it in a brick and mortar store. It's kind of made on demand. You got to get this online either through the Warner Archive website or through Amazon, and they're made on demand. So it's that way. It's things that are just a little more niche, a little more obscure, that they don't think they're going to move a whole lot of. So rather than have all this overhead and, hey, look, we printed up all these discs and they didn't sell, they're made on demand. Makes a lot of sense. So this was sent to me for review. What do we have on here? Well, it's just the movie, and there's not a lot in the way of special features, but what you have on here is pretty good. So just the movie on Blu-ray, no DVD, no digital code. But the special features are additional animated shorts. Not a bad thing with Looney Tunes, right? These animated shorts are pure gold. So what do you get? You get Duck Dodgers and the Return of the 24th and a Half Century. That's a good one. You get the Duxorcist, which is also included in the movie, but you get the Duxorcist as an individual short in here. You have Little Go Beep, Night of the Living Duck, Superior Duck, Blooper Bunny, and Invasion of the Bunny Snatchers. So those are all the shorts you get on there. That's what you get in the way of special features. It also, on the main menu, will ask you if you want to watch the movie matinee version or just the movie. What does that mean? Well, the matinee version will add the Night of the Living Duck intro The other version that is not the matinee version will skip over Night of the Living Duck and just go to the opening credits. So go with the matinee version. You want to watch Night of the Living Duck. So this movie, like I said, I grew up watching this in 1988. You know, I was there. I rented it when it first came out. Funny thing about these compilation films, they all played theatrically, but I don't remember any of them playing theatrically. These were movies that I don't know where they played, but they never seemed to get a wide release, or they weren't advertised very well. Most of my generation grew up watching these on HBO. They did play in theaters, but I don't know if it was just a New York and LA thing, or if they just were very limited. I don't know, because I never saw one of these Looney Tunes compilation films actually showing at my local theater. Never. But they did all play theatrically. So I don't know. I grew up watching it from when it hit VHS. And I like this movie. It's really good. It's very entertaining. These are classic Looney Tunes shorts. I will say this, and I know Siskel and Ebert said this at the time too. I remember watching Siskel and Ebert's review of this movie when it first came out. They said that they thought it played better as the shorts. If you watch the individual shorts, they think it's better than the feature-length film that they concocted here. And I agree, because the seams do show. Like I said, these were created as individual shorts, and then after the fact, new animation was done to try to cobble together a story to link them together. And I do think the original shorts play better in their original form. But it's classic Warner Brothers animation, classic Looney Tunes. And this was the final feature that had Mel Blanc as the voice of the Looney Tunes characters. Mel Blanc died like 1 year after this came out. So this is the last hurrah for Mel Blanc, who was, if you're young and don't know who Mel Blanc is, Mel Blanc was the voice of all the Looney Tunes characters from like the 30s up to like 1989. And this was his last works. This is the last time you're going to hear Mel Blanc as Bugs, Daffy, Porky, Tweety, all these characters. That alone is worth watching. So yeah, this is if you like Looney Tunes, I recommend this. I definitely recommend this. And it's available now through Warner Archives. You can pick it up wherever not wherever you get Blu-rays. Like I said, these are manufactured on demand. You got to get them online. Go to the Warner Archive website, go to Amazon, and you can pick this up. I do agree with Siskel and Ebert that the original shorts play better by themselves, but you're not going to go wrong with classic Looney Tunes cartoons. So thank you to Warner Archive for sending this for review. It would be nice to get the other four. I don't think the other four have ever been released on Blu-ray, but the Bugs Bunny Roadrunner movie through Daffy Duck's Fantastic Island, none of those four films are on Blu-ray to the best of my knowledge. And of the five, my favorite is Bugs Bunny's third movie, 1001 Rabbit Tales. I think that's the best of the bunch. So Warner Archive, put out all five. I'd like to see all five of these. All right. Thank you. And until next time, keep wearing those pajamas.
Keep wearing those pajamas with the plastic feet. Keep wearing those pajamas. Tell everyone you meet. Keep wearing those pajamas with the back door flap. Keep wearing those pajamas. Don't open it, it's a trap. Oh, it's a trap. Some people call them PJs, some people call them jammies. They can come embroidered with big money and no whammies. They can have 100 tiny commander pajamas, but no matter how they look, just keep on wearing those pajamas. Keep on wearing those pajamas. Keep wearing those pajamas. I know we're having fun. Keep wearing those pajamas. And now the song is done.